All right, video number 7. Here we go. All right, these videos are one a day every day. Here we go. The prevention of the diseases peculiar to civilization. Okay, the diabetes, I guess. The story of Jack Eigen. Who is Jack Eigen? I don't know. Tell me if you know in the comments. The day the whores came out to play tennis. Fun, fun, fun. All right. Principalities and Powers. Nice history book there. Howl by Allen Ginsberg. This book got censored when it first came out. It was the 50s. We Be Word Sorcerers. We Be Word Sorcerers. All right. The Golden Notebook by Doris Lessing. That's a classic. All right. The Green Berets. #1 bestseller. The Pan Book of Crosswords. Crosswords are fun. Don Camillo by Goreski. Don Camillo is it's again like comedy about a priest in Italy, I think. Profiles of the Future by Arthur C. Clarke. A daring look at tomorrow's world. It'd be kind of cool to see what they were thinking here. Extraterrestrials, genetic breeding, machines that can duplicate everything, including themselves, human immortality. We are halfway there with all that stuff. All right, Tobacco Road by Caldwell. What we got here? Never So Few, a superb novel about guerrilla warfare behind the Japanese lines in the jungles of Burma. World War II is a little mind-boggling. All right, Gertrude Stein, biography. Lee Brackett, The Sword of Rhiannon. Not of Rihanna, of Rhiannon. This book has some damage here. Lensman from Wriggle. But what is going on with this cover? What is going on here? The Return of the Soldier. Mass Appeal by Davis. What's going on here? La Fin des Haricots. Some sort of French domestic violence romance serial killer thing going on here. All right, we had this book before, The Right Stuff. That's a good movie. All right, here we go. Like a 60s civil rights book. The Negro Revolt in this outspoken and boring. All right. La Peine de Boucatemps. Oh, here's a classic sociologist. The Technological Society by Ellul. I read Propaganda by Ellul. All right, let's see here. Army Life in a Black Regiment. What do we have here? Kira, a beautiful woman's blazing personal history of love, violence, and war in today's Russia. That's pretty cool. The Making of a Missionary by Douglas Sargent. Okay. What's this mystical looking book here? What do we have? What secret spells are in here? What is this? What is this book? This book is number 26 of only 100 first made. But what book is it? What is this book? The Inner Work? Is that maybe the name of the book? The Inner Work. Some sort of like tarot spell stuff. Let me know if you guys know what book this is. I gotta look into this book. Oh, look at this awesome cover. Clouds of Witness by Dorothy L. Sayers. Mystery book. A Lord Peter mystery. They're still printing those, I think. This was a big book a few years ago. A philosophy book on bullshit. It's like a whole study of bullshit. The word, the meaning, etc. Jim Thompson, The Transgressors. So Wild West kind of thing. Afraid of What? Poems by Christopher Kuntz. This looks like a privately printed little book. What do we have here? The Diary of Private Prayer. Here's a classic. We have The Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison. It's a civil rights novel. The Freedom Setter by Wasco. These books have a little bit of damage. They've been in storage too long. It's kind of sad. M.C. Higgins the Great. Okay. Here's a classic. We have C.S. Lewis, The Hideous Strength. I like C.S. Lewis. All right. We have Antwerp by Roberto Bolaño. The only novel that doesn't embarrass me is Antwerp. I guess his other novels must be real fun. All right, The Bible at a Single View. Malcolm X Speaks. All right. Freud and the Post-Freudians. No comment. We got a book called Twink. My Greatest Challenge by Bill Glass. The Great Escape, one of the great true stories of the war. Ronald Dahl, he wrote, didn't he write, what's it called? The Chocolate Factory, yeah. Switch, bitch, whatever that means. Not exactly The Chocolate Factory. Cyril Connolly, Enemies of Promise, and other essays. All right. The Spice Islands Cookbook. Acres of Diamonds by Conwell. Apologia por sua vida. That's an old classic Christian book. In American Culture. I don't want to say, maybe I should just say that word in the beginning. I don't know. I don't know if that's part of the words you can't say. The Style, Byzantine. The Case of the Crumpled Knave. Look at these covers. They just don't make books like this anymore. All right. When he received a telegram from a wealthy connoisseur asking him to come to Los Angeles, warning him he might be an important witness. I mean, these old books have the greatest covers. Nappy Edges, Poems by Nizaki Shange. All right. Imaki, Picture Scrolls. Japanese art. Creative Brooding by Rains. Oh, look at that other vintage book. Dorothy Sayers again, In the Teeth of Evidence. Look at that. Look at these old, awesome covers. Out for the Kill. I don't understand why our culture now doesn't have this kind of awesome artwork. UFOs Explained. All right. Sorry, that was my bad attempt at like a... What's that show? Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Ladybird book. Ladybird books are collectible. People like Ladybird books. The Listening Heart. What's this about? A collection of warm and discerning sayings. How nice. All right, what do you got here? Stories from the Modern South. Oh, I don't know if you guys know who Christine Jorgensen is, but this is sort of like the first famous trans individual. So on the bottom you see the person he was and then the person she became. But yeah, this was a big deal, and this book is I think from the 60s, early 60s. So kind of a pioneer. Another one of these copies. The Life and Adventures of Santa Claus. Chariots of the Gods. This is that whole UFO what's the ancient civilization theory. Destry Rides Again by Max Brand. Max Brand did a lot of westerns. Our Lady of Hermits. That is going to be a book I have to look into. This little obscure saint. Beyond the Welfare State by Gunnar Myrdal. Gunnar Myrdal wrote a lot of civil rights kind of books. Dead Man Control by Helen Riley. Look at these covers. Just look at these covers. These mystery books. The mystery books and the sci-fi books have the best covers. Caesar, the Beloved Enemy. Rilke, Selected Poems. Understanding Numbers, also a Ladybird book. What do we got here? We got Demon, a shocking, shattering novel of obsession, devastating, dark, perfect. The Demon. The Fall by Camus. We had a different version of that yesterday. We have Paul Klee. I like Klee as far as modern people are going. Up from Slavery by Booker T. Washington. We have two little leather-bound books here. What do we have here? What is this? Community Church of Shanghai. This has to be like the New Testament or the Probably the New Testament, I would guess, in Chinese. All right, we have a Holy Bible, large print compact. Helen Riley, Compartment K, another sort of mystery book. What is this? Deaths and Entrances by poem by Dylan Thomas. Dylan Thomas is famous enough. Beardless Warriors, a monumental novel of World War II. Look at this awesome artwork. Where did all these artists go? The password is courage. He rescued Jewish prisoners from Auschwitz and lived to accuse Eichmann. All right. What do we got here? We have The Confession of Faith and the Analects of Confucius. We have The Dictionary of Brands. A French book, Félicien Marceau, Berger Leger. And as usual, the last book of the box is not that interesting, but Julian Huxley is a pretty famous biologist. Essays of a Biologist by Julian Huxley in this vintage Pelican Press covers. It's a jacket. Oh, look at that terrible silverfish. This is why the books are getting damaged. This is terrible. I gotta kill all these things. And that's today's